Okay, so I'm just going to go through some more examples. So forward pass, this event has got one thing going into it, so that's easy. This one down here has also got one thing going in, so that's easy. This one up here's got two things going into it. 2 add 5 is 7, 0 add 7 is 7, biggest one is 7. This one's got two things going into it. 7 add 6 is 13, 10 add 2 is 12, on the biggest thing, so that's 13. This one's only got one going in, so that's easy. 7 add 8 is 15. And this one has got three things going in. 1, 2, 3, so I need to consider all three. So 15 add 1 is 16, 13 add 4 is 17, and 10 add 3 is 13, the biggest is 17. Backward pass, start with the 17, go to an event. This event's got one thing coming out of it, so that's easy. 17 minus 4 is 13. This event down here has got two things coming out of it. 13 minus 2 is 11, 17 minus 3 is 14. I want the smallest, which is 11. Right, back up here. This one's got one thing coming out of it. So 17 minus 1 is 16, only one to consider. This one's got two things coming out of it. 16 minus 8 is 8. 13 minus 6 is 7. I want the smallest, so that's 7. This has only got one thing coming out of it. 7 minus 5 is 2. And this last one's got three things coming out. 1, 2, 3 things to consider. 2 minus 2 is 0. And 7 minus 7 is 0. And 11 minus 10 is 1. But I want the smallest, which is 0. Okay, floats. A could go from 0 and finish at 2, which is a length of 2. It is length 2, so it's not no float. B could start at 0, must finish by 7. It is length 7, so no float. C could start at 0 and could go on till time 11. It's got length 10, so that's float of 1. G could start at 10, must finish by 13, that's 3. It's length 2, float of 1. I, 10 to 17 is 7, its length 3, so that's 4, float. H, 13 to 17 is 4, no float there. F, 7 to 13 is 6, no float there. B, 7 to 16 is 9, so a float of 1. And J, 15 to 17 is 2, so a float of 1 on that one. So, critical path is I didn't do the float on D. Float on D. D has got no float. Good, that's on the critical path. So, critical path A, D, F, H. Or B, F, H. That's the other one. So one critical path is A, D, F, H, and another critical path is B, F, H. There are two critical paths. Next one. Right, start with 0. One thing going in 16, one thing going in here 20, and two things going in up here. I could do. Three things going in. Ooh. Okay, 1, 2, sneaky. 3 things going in. So I can't do that one yet because I haven't done the one coming out of G. Okay, this one. One thing going in. 20 add 15 is 35. Now we can do the one above. 3 things going in. 35 add 3 is 38. 16 add 15 is 31. 20 add 10 is 30. So the biggest one is 38. Okay, down here, 3 things going in. 1, 2, 3. 3 things to consider. 0 add 30 is 30. 35 add 16. God, 51. And 38 add 12 is 50. So the biggest is 51. Is that right? 35, 45, 51. I think it is. Okay, backwards pass is 51. This one's got one thing coming out of it. 51 minus 12 is 39. Then one below it, that's got 2 things coming out. 1, 2, so 2 things to consider. 51 minus 16. Oh my goodness, calculator. 51 minus 16 is 35 and is 35. I'm going to make a note of that. And 39 minus 3 is 36, so the smallest is 35. Okay. And right, this one's got 2 coming out of it. We've got 39 minus 10, which is 29. and we've got 35 minus 15, which is 20, and the smallest is 20. This one's got one thing coming out of it. 39 minus 15 is 24, and this one's got three things coming out of it. 1, 2, 3 things to consider. So that is 24 minus 16, which is 8, or 20 minus 20, which is 0, or 51 minus 30, which isn't 0, so the smallest is 0. Okay, that's that done. And now the floats. So, float on A. We've got from 0 to 24, it's got a length of 16, so that's a float of 8. We've got D going from 16 to 39, which is 23, but minus 15, because that's how long D is, that's got a float of 8. B goes from 0 to 20 and is 20, so no float. E goes from 20 to 39 and is length 10, so that's a float of 9. F goes from 20 to 35 and is 15, so that's no float. G, oh goodness me, this is hard to read. G starts here. This is the earliest G can start, and it's going here, so this is the latest G can finish, so that's 4, and G is length 3, so that's a float of 1 on G. I is going from 35 to 51, which is 16, and I is 16, so that's no float. H is going from 38 to 51, and that is 13, but it's only length 12, so that's got a float of 1. And C is going from 0 to 51, and it's only length 30, so that's 21. So critical path is B, and then F, and then I. B, F, I. That's all the critical events, activities rather. The FI is the critical path. Okay, so this is the one that includes the dummy, which on your pack I've labelled Z, 0. It's just a normal activity, well it's not, but for now we'll treat it like a normal activity but no length, but we'll treat it as if it's a normal activity with no length. Okay, so we start with 0, and this has only got one thing going into it, so 0 is 7. This one down here has got two things going, the one in the middle, there's two things going in. So this could be 23, or 17 plus 7 is 24, biggest one, 24. This has got two things going in, 1, 2, and so it could be 33, or it could be 24 plus 14, which is 38, we want the biggest one, so that's 38. Okay, we've got two things feeding in up here, 1, 2, including the dummy. So we've got 7 plus 11, which is 18. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. 7 plus 11 is 18. And we've also got 24 plus nothing, which is 24. And 24 is biggest, so that goes there. We've got three things going in here. 1, 2, 3. So at the bottom, we've got 38 plus 4, which is 42. We've also, I'm going to make a note of that, 42. We've also got 24 plus 15, which is 39. And that's not bigger. And we've got 24 add 26, which is 50. That's the biggest. Okay, last one. Two things feeding in. 24 plus 31, which is 55, or 57, 50 plus 7, the biggest one is 57. Okay, backward parts, 57. Right, I've got one thing going out here, so that's easy, 57 plus 7 is 50. I've got two things coming out of this one. So 57 minus 31 is 26. And I'm looking at the bottom numbers. 50 here minus 26 is 24. The smallest is 24, so that goes there. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Okay, this one's got, this one down here is easy. One thing going out of that. So that's 50 minus 4, which is 46. Then, where shall I go? I shall go in the middle. So this has got 1, 2, 3 things coming out of it. 1, 2, 3 things to consider. So 24 minus 0 is 24. I'll make a note of that. Get rid of that one. 24. And 50 minus 15 is 35. And where's the other one? So bottom numbers, so 46 minus 14 is 32. So the smallest of them is 24, so that goes in there. What have I got left? This one's got 2 coming out of it. two things to consider. So 24 take away 11 is 13, or 24 minus 7, I'm making a note of 13 so I don't forget, or 24 minus 17, which is 7, and the smallest one is 7, so that's 7. And I've only got one left, I've got three things to consider. This should be 0 or I've gone wrong. Oh good, it's 0. So 46 minus 33, 24 minus 23, 7 minus 7, smallest is 0, and we're done. Okay, floats. A, 0 to 7, length of 7, no float. F, 0 to 24, length of 23, 1 float. I, 0 to 46, length of 33, float of 13. Okay, D. D is going from 7 to 24, which is 17, and it is 17, so that's no float. J. J is going from 24 to 46, which is 22, and it is length 14, so that's a float of 8. K is going from 38 to 50, which is 12, and it is length 4, so that's got a float of 8. G is going from 24 to 50, which is 26, and it's got a length of 15, so that's got a float of 11. Z isn't really an activity, we'll just ignore that, it hasn't got a float because it's not really an activity, it's got no length at all. So don't worry about that until the next video. B is going from 7 to 24, and it's got a length of 11, so that gives it a float of 6. And E is going from 24 down to 50, which is 26, and it is 26, so no float on E. C is going from 24 to 57, which is 33, and it is length 31, so that's got a float of 2. Oh my goodness, have I finished? H. H is going from 50 to 57, it's 7, no float. So, our critical path, or paths, is A, and then D, and then we can skip along this dummy, like a portal, and it's got no length, it's not really an activity, and then E, and then H. So there's our critical path. Critical path is A, D, hop over the dummy, doesn't matter, it's not really an activity, E, H. And that's our critical path done for that one. Okay, last one. 0. One thing going in, 3. One thing going in, 8. One thing going in, 7. One thing going in, 7. One thing going in, 9. One thing going in, 15. One thing going in, I'm doing all the solid calculations now, so don't trust myself, 14. Oh my goodness, I went wrong. Here. Not one thing going in, two things going in. Two things going in. Okay, let's go back to this one. I don't trust myself with that one either now. Okay, this one, two things going in. This is going in and this is going in. So I can't do that one yet because I haven't done the one above. Okay, the one above has definitely only got one thing going in. 8 add 6, which is 14. Okay, now I can come down here. 14 add 8 is 22. 7 add 8 is something smaller than 22, so the biggest is 22. Right, let's go down at the bottom. This has got two things feeding in, 1, 2, so I can't do that yet. This has got one thing feeding in, 9 add 6, 15. Okay, now the next one. Two things feeding in, 15 add nothing, so this is our Z, nothing. 15 add nothing is 15, 9 add 5 is 14, the biggest is 50. And last one, three things feeding in, 1, 2, 3. So I've got 15 add 2, which is 17, 22 add 9, which is 31, and 14 add 7, which is smaller than 31. So final one, 31. Backwards, 31. This has only got one thing coming out of it. 31 minus 2, 29. Okay, this has only got one thing coming out of it. 29 minus nothing, 29. This is one that's got two things coming out. 29 minus 6 is 23. 29 minus 5 is 24. We want the biggest, no, smallest, 24. Okay, this has only got one thing. 23 minus 2, 21. What else haven't I done? This one's only got one thing coming out, 31 minus 9, 22. This one up here's got two things coming out of it, 1, 2. So you've got to consider both bottoms. 31 minus 7, which is 24, or 22 minus 8, so it could be 24, or 22 minus 8, I think those bottom ones, which is 14, the smallest is 14. Okay, this has only got one thing coming out, so that's easy. 22 minus 8 is 14. And this one's only got one coming out of it, so 14 minus 6, which is 8. What haven't I done? Haven't done this one. 3 coming out. 1, 2, 3 things to consider. So 14 minus 4 is 10. 8 minus 5 is 3. 21 minus 4 isn't smaller than 3. Smallest is 3. Only one thing coming out here. 0. Done. Floats. A. 0 to 3, length of 3, no float. B. 3 to 8, length of 5, no float. E. 8 to 14, length of 6, no float. What should I do next? C. 3 to 14, length of 4, 7 on the float. D. 3 to 21, length of 4, float of 14. G. 23 and 7, it's going from 7 to 23, length of 2, float of 14. Massive floats on this one. L. 9 to 29 is 20, it's only length 5, so that's a 15 float. I. 9 to 29 is 20, it's got a length of 6, that's a float of 14. Z doesn't have a float, it's not really an activity. Just ignore it for now, and on the next video we'll explain. F. 7 to 22 is 15, it's got a length of 8, so it's a float of 7. H, now H is going from 14 to 22, so that's 8, and its length 8, so that's no float. J is going from 14 to 31, and it is length 7, so that's a float of 10. K is going from 22 to 31, and it is a length of 9, so that's no float. So everything. No, M. M is going from 15 to 31, and it's got a length of 2, so it's got a float of 14. I think I've done them all. So, critical path. A, B, E, H, K. That's all of the critical activities. So the critical path is A, B, E, H, K. And we're done.